If you're a fan of InuYasha, then stay tuned, because I'm covering where the demons went in 90s Japan. But first, for you true fans, I want to know if you think the Tetsaiga or the Tenseiga is a better sword, and why. You have McGann, the Fangirl. Make sure you subscribe and check back every week for new fandom videos. I've covered anime a few times on this channel, and the only video you guys really have liked is the theory on InuYasha about Kagome's ancestors. I don't blame you, I love InuYasha too, but man, there is so much going on in that series that it can be hard to narrow down a topic to explore. For those of you who have never seen the series, InuYasha is a long-running anime and manga series where this middle schooler named Kagome gets drugged back in time by a demon. Kagome, as it turns out, is the reincarnation of this old-timey priestess, Kikyo, who had cremated her body while holding a very powerful jewel, the Shikon no Tama, or Jewel of Four Souls if you only watch this in English. So when she was reincarnated, Kagome was born with the Shikon no Tama within her, and the powers of that allowed Kagome to time travel for reasons. While in the past, Kagome accidentally shatters the Shikon no Tama and unseals the body of a half-demon named InuYasha. The pair sets out on a quest to put the jewel back together, and they meet various new friends along the way. Basically, every episode is, what demon are we gonna fight today? And then they kill it and get a piece of the shard and move on. And the show is essentially the original version of Outlander, if you even get that reference. Now that everyone is caught up, I have gotten the request repeatedly to explore why we don't see any demons when we're in the present day of the InuYasha series, present day being the 90s for when the anime and manga were being released. So that's the question I'm tackling today. It's a really interesting topic, and a lot of pop culture has toyed with the idea that as modernity and technology grows, magic just fades away. A 1998 miniseries called Merlin covered this issue by saying people have to believe in magical things for the magic to remain real or for the magical creatures to exist. That concept has also been used in American Gods and even the lost version of The Last Unicorn. It's like fear or devotion gives magical entities more power. Now the question is, does that cover demons? And kinda? I think InuYasha does a fantastic job playing with Japanese mythologies, but there's no question whether or not the creatures and magic are real in the feudal era, where the bulk of the action in InuYasha takes place, because they just are. They're as real as all the people, the food, the lakes, the rivers. The demons are just there. They're part of society. And really, you could argue that Kagome isn't traveling across time, she's traveling across dimensions to a place where all these fantasy elements are real. However, that also can't be the case because we do see remnants of different demons in modern times. For example, there's the Soul Piper that we see in episode 12, and Kagome's grandfather has several demons and demonic items in storage. We also can be certain that Kagome is traveling back in time to her own timeline because she actively affects the family tree of her school friend Hojo. Apparently, Kagome made such an impact on Hojo's ancestor that he convinced his wife-to-be to change her name to Kagome, because that's not weird or piney at all. So we can say for certain that demons haven't gone extinct in modern day Japan, but they do seem to be an endangered species compared to what we see back in the feudal era. And honestly, I can see a few situations that would put a big dent in the demon population. For one, I think a lot of demons have bred the demonic nature out of themselves. For example, InuYasha is a half-demon because his demon father fell in love with his human mother, and throughout the series we meet quite a few characters that are dubbed as Hanyos, which is the Japanese term for a half-demon, half-human person. Crossbreeding can be a bit of a gamble though, because as Jininji's mother told us, for every Hanyo born beautiful like InuYasha, what a lusty old lady, right? There's one born deformed like Jininji. And even though Jininji is super sweet and all, yeah, I don't see any woman cuddling up next to him to reproduce. So that demon's bloodline stops there. The beautiful Hanyos, like InuYasha, seem to favor humans over other demons. I'm not not sure if there's any genetic or mythological reason to support that claim, but I do know that purebred demons are quite snobbish. So most full-blood demons would not reproduce with a Hanyo, which only leaves the beautiful Hanyos, humans, to interact with romantically. And in those cases, time goes on and half demon begats quarter demon, begats eighth demon, begats 1/16th demon, and pretty soon, that bloodline has almost no demon genes left in it. So effectively, the demons are breeding the demonicness out of themselves when they fall in love with humans. Then we also have the issue of demon hierarchy. InuYasha shows us many demons who have humanoid-like features, like Koga and his whole clan of wolves. The humanoid type of demons seem to be at the top of the hierarchy chain, but we also see a lot of these stringy worm-like demons who seem to be much lesser in power and a lot easier to kill. And let's be honest, the wormy demons seem to not have a lot of high brain functioning, and they just attack anything that crosses their path, which means the lesser demons are gonna get picked off like crazy. Religious figures purify them away, demon hunters like Kohaku take out dozens a week, and the Tetsaiga can kill 1,000 in one blow. It's not hard to imagine that, like the buffalo, these lowly demons were brought to near extinction. And that would be especially true as mankind grew and spread, taking away more and more land and hiding places from the demons. Long story short, the lesser demons have been mostly killed off over the last 500 years, and the higher demons are smart enough to stay out of sight, or they can blend in with the humans to not be noticed. The final option I have for where all these demons went came to us at the beginning of the series. When InuYasha's brother Shishomaru came to steal the Tetsaiga, he removed a black pearl from inside of InuYasha's eye. That pearl was a pathway to the spirit world, which, for various reasons, could be where most of the demons fled to as the humans took over the mortal world. So it is possible that most of the demons are still alive and well, just completely disconnected from modern day Japan. And that's about it. While we have no solid proof for one answer over another, there are lots of reasonable explanations as to why demons are almost non-existent in Kagome's time. Do you think one answer works better than the others? Or do you think it could have been a combination of all these things? I look forward to your discussion in the comments. It might not be reality, but theories are more fun! I really don't have a good derp today. Kind of bummed out and sad today. If you guys follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, you know that my dog Rigby, 7-year-old corgi, got into a plant called water hemlock and died. Like, by the time we knew what had happened, he was gone. And since I really didn't have a great derp for the end of this, I thought it would be more of a PSA warning that if you have pets, please, 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 please educate yourself to what is toxic outside for them, because there are so many things you might never have even thought about. Mistletoe is one of the things that's really toxic to dogs, and water hemlock actually looks like a non-toxic plant called Queen Anne's lace, and there are a few differences, but I never even knew what either of those names were until I found my dog dead next to chewed up pieces of this plant. And it's a really bad way to go. It's just, I don't even want to get into the details because I'm afraid that kids are watching and I don't want to make anybody upset or cry, but it was a really horrible, horrible way to go. And it worked so fast that by the time we knew that he had, something wrong with him, like not even that he had eaten something, but that something was acting weird. He wasn't normal, something was wrong. It was too late. He was seizing up and it was just so fast. He was just gone. And he was only 7 years old. He was the sweetest dog. He was such a little gentleman. And this is getting really upsetting and serious, but I'm sorry. I try to keep lighthearted, fun videos, but I really want people to be aware and know that there are things out there that can kill your animal, and This stuff had been growing all around him before. He never bothered it. He had food, he had water, he had shelter, he had shade, he had all the, I don't know why he suddenly decided, oh, this plant looks good. I've heard it smells like mice, so maybe because he was a corgi, he thought, oh, I'm, gonna catch a mouse. I don't know. Like, I've seen corgis pop up before and catch a bird and eat it whole. My old corgi Kana did that once. Really gross. She puked it all back out. That's a whole different story. I know I'm rambling, but I'm just so sad. I'm trying to do anything but cry on screen because I hate crying in front of people. But I want you guys to know, because even after I talked to the vet was like, dogs don't eat hemlock. Like, well, yes, they do. And if you look online, it's not a super common thing, but it does happen. And it's just like something I could have dug this plant up and tied it up in a plastic bag and thrown it out. And actually, I would have had to do that a lot because there's apparently a lot here. I had no idea, again, what it even was until the dog died. But yeah, I can't. I still have problems even processing what happened, but based on everything we read about how that poison works with hemlock and finding pieces of it chewed up around his area, like, that's exactly what happened. So please educate yourselves. And I know some people are going to be really sweet. Oh, I'm so sorry. Your loss. It's a family member. And thank you so much. But please, even more than that, like, hug your pet for me. Because yeah, we just lost Moxie in October of last year, and it was really sudden and unexpected. Now Rigby's gone, and that was our last dog. They were both corgis. There, if you've seen our Fangirl family logo, the two corgis, that was Moxie and Rigby. And the one I used for the Fangirl with the black, that's Rigby. So you guys just really hug your pets for me, because you don't know when it's gonna be the last minute they're gonna be around. Sometimes it's such a surprise. Thanks for watching, everybody. Sorry for making you sad. That's all I have for now, but this video's not quite over yet. I get a lot of comments that say, do a theory on this topic, but I've already done those theories. So please consider going to my main channel page and clicking on the video tab so that way you can see everything I've done. You will probably find a lot of things you like that you never even knew that I posted. I want to let you know that I also have two other channels, Say Halo Goodbye Gaming and the Family Vlogs. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed enough to hit subscribe and share. I can use all the help I can get to let other people know that this channel exists. And if you made it this far, leave me a comment that says something like, hey, I made it to the end, and then let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future. I can't make any promises, but the more people that request something, the more I can look into it. Okay, well, I love you. I'll see you in the next video.